welcome to Prudent News. Now look at the headlines. MOEF decides to turn approximately 60,000 square kilometers of the Western Ghats into an ecologically sensitive area, bans mining, quarrying. Drugs report of House Committee in controversy before getting tabled. Michael Vishnu refused to sign the report, raised doubts over authenticity of the report. No details from NIA on Yasin's visit to Vasco. Nothing adverse about Yasin's father. Police on a lookout for Kashmiri lookalike bike owner, says CM. Government not to grant new licenses to farmhouses. Special team of TCP to inspect existing farmhouses. Parikar says strict action if found illegal. Eid celebrated across Goa. Congress and some independent MLAs boycott assembly proceedings. Speaker appeals legislators not to politicize issues. Patients at GMC complain about shortage of medicines. Essential medicines on diabetes, insulin not available. And Al Shaddai tie-up with UK-based organisation Coaching for Christ, envision professional football academy in Goa. Now news in detail. The Union Environment Ministry has decided to turn approximately 60,000 square kilometers of the Western Ghats across 6 states into an ecologically sensitive area. This will ban mining, quarrying, thermal power plants and polluting industries over the entire range. All other projects will be allowed only with the prior consent of Gram Sabhas in the zone. The Hindu has carried the story on Wednesday.
The decision has been taken by Union Environment and Forest Minister Jayanti Natarajan as a follow-up on 2 reports on Ghats, one headed by ecologist Madhav Gadgil and other by Planning Commission member K. Kasturi Ranjan. Going with the recommendation of high-level panel that was headed by Kasturi Ranjan, the ministry has decided to declare over 37% the Western Ghats as ecologically sensitive area under the Environment Protection Act 1986. The ministry has drafted the notification and it will be put out soon for comments. Natarajan has approved the use of 3 criteria that the panel had recommended: biodiversity richness, fragmentation of forest, human population density. The type of industries banned would be those included in the red list issued by government under the Environment Protection Act. The panel had recommended that the hill tracks with high population densities be kept out of the ESA ambit. Report says close to 60% of Western Ghat region is under cultural landscape, human-dominated land use of settlement, agriculture and plantation. With the ESA, prior consent from Gram Sabhas and strict adherence to Forest Rights Act would be made mandatory for any of the projects that are not on negative list. This too would be done after studying cumulative impacts of projects in the region. Bureau Report, Prudent.
The House Committee report on drugs under the leadership of Miki Pacheco is marred in controversy even before it is tabled in the Assembly. Out of 5 members of this committee, 2, Michael Lobo and Vishnu Vagh, have refused to sign the report. Michael claims that this report mentions involvement of top police officers without any substantial evidence. Sources say that a former minister and his son have been alleged of involvement in drugs nexus in this report.
There is no consensus among politicians on drug nexus report of the House Committee. The report prepared by the House Committee formed under the chairmanship of Miki Pacheco is supposed to be tabled in the House on Thursday. But 2 of the members have refused to give their consent to the report. Michael Lobo is one among them.
Would like to inform that I do not agree with the findings of the committee. Certain picture is totally correct. And intentionally or out of I really don't know how to express. जे रॉंग वस्तू हा रिपोर्टान तेका हांव म्हाजो एसेंट दिना आणि that is why I have not signed the report today.
Sources says that report indicates involvement of one of the former ministers and his son in drugs trade in the state. The report also mentioned father-son's name in the report. Lobo has no problem with it, but he has problem with the names of top police officials mentioned in the report without proper evidence. Importantly, the police officers that are mentioned in Mickey's report are the ones who were investigating various cases against Mickey.
There were the 5 members of committee and there were the 3 members who signed. Those who had any problem, okay, they're supposed to become on descending. They should have a descending for the meeting. We made a report based on findings.
Okay, and the sagle evidence asa.
Evidence acherच I am report kela. Members who had anything to say, they're supposed to be giving a descending for the meeting after draft been given to them for 24 hours advance to read. There was no dissenting from any members.
Vishnu Wagh does not have any specific reason to dissent, but he has refused to give his consent to the report. People close to Vishnu says that he too is unsure about the impartiality of the report.
No. Meeting ती 11 दवरिल्ली. हांव 11:25 20 कितें पावलां. पण 11 दवरून तितले शॉर्ट टायम भितर म्हाका घरा कडेन खूब गर्दी आसता सकाळच्यान कार्यकर्त्यांची. सो तांकां मेळून येता म्हणल्यार म्हाका वेळ लागता.
Our sources have revealed some details about the report. Investigation with phone records of policemen involved in drugs trade. Attempts to prove involvement of former minister linking phone records. Evidence hinting in involvement of some policemen in drugs nexus. The report has supposedly demanded that the FIR be filed against the person whose names are mentioned in the report. Senior reporter Laukik Shilkar for Prudent.
There are no details from NIA on Yasin Bhatkar's visit to Vasco. Also, there is nothing adverse about Yasin's father reported in Vasco. Home Minister Parrikar said this in the assembly while refusing to speak in detail on the issue. However, police are tracing a Kashmiri lookalike person who was possessing the motorbike used by Yasin when he was staying in Anjana. CM was replying to Vishnu Wagh's calling attention on Yasin's Goa link.
It is important to mention that the role of Bhatkar as an IM operative is being investigated by National Investigation Team. The NIA team left Goa on 16/9/2030. There is no official details available regarding Bhatkar's visit in Vasco from NIA. The matter is sensitive and more detail cannot be disclosed. District Magistrate North and South have also issued order under 144 Criminal Procedure Code in this regard.
भटकळाचे वास्को कांयच कनेक्शन नाशिल्ले काय कितें? Is government affirmative about this?
वास्को जी कमिटी आसा त्या कमिटीचो एक ट्रस्टाचो सदस्य यासीन भटकळाचो बापूय आसा. But there is no adverse comments about his father. की आता ती गाडयेचो नंबर भितर आयला 9158. आमी ती गाडी ट्रेस करूंक लायली हांवें. आता जोखीम परिणाच्या नावारूच गाडी आसा. हे सगळे विकप चालू आनी आता देवेंद्र टेमकार जो आसा पळय ताणें तो वन काश्मीरी लुकींग लायक भुरग्याक विकली. तें नांव सुद्दां म्हाका खबर ना. ती गाडी 4 जाणांक विकली तांच्यांनी आनी शेवटचो जो कोण आहा पळय तो म्हणटा काश्मीरी लुकींग लायक. आतां काश्मीरी लुकींग लायक म्हणजे म्हाका कळना. म्हणजे काश्मीरी सो दिसता अशें म्हणलां आसतलें ताणें आनी त्यांनी स्पेसिफीक इंग्लीश ट्रान्सलेशन. म्हणजे आता पुलिसीचो ट्रेल तें आता पुलिस इज लुकिंग फॉर अ काश्मीर लुक लायक.
पुलिस समज ही केस इन्व्हेस्टिगेट करून शकना. आय विल गिव्ह द डिटेल्स ऑफ हाऊ मेनी इनोसेंट पीपल हॅव बीन टेकन टू टास्क.
Speaker sir, matter is with NIA at this moment. I can't reveal nor I can.
We have to act against this because
I have to get more information from NIA.
Okay.
Government will not grant new licenses to farmhouses in Goa. CM Parrikar said TCP's team will inspect the existing farmhouses through a special drive and will disconnect power connections if they are found illegal. Farmhouses used for commercial purposes will be penalized for illegality or demolished. While raising the issue, Mickey Pacheco claimed that there are almost 5,000 illegal farmhouses in the state running as hotels with luxury facilities.
More than 5,000 farmhouses दाखयता which are illegal. Basic amenities कित provide करपा जाय, जावं electricity, जावं कितें. त्या
Most of the farmhouses, they having swimming pool, ground plus one. Basic कितें आसा because sir, TCP normaचे ताका plaster आसपाची पडना, ही सगळी luxury आसची पडना.
I will appoint a special inspection team from the town planning and obtain report. आणि मागीर फुडल्या assembly पर्यंत तुका report दिवपाक लायता. And I will start disconnecting power if there are misuse. Yes. I will start the inspection right within 15 days and start. Secondly, a farmhouse policy is being totally reviewed. Our सगळे farmhouse, पहिली म्हणजे farmhousean construction license we will stop immediately. No license will be permitted from today. Secondly, we will inspect all the existing farmhouse and we will review the policy also. To that, I will stop farmhouses. There is one. Number two, I will get all the farmhouses so far given, checked, verified, and if they have converted it into a commercial ventures, we will charge them the infrastructure tax and everything from based on today's rate plus penalties. And because in some cases, demolish also.
Nilesh Kabran, but because sir, if it's illegal, what action is government going to take?
If the illegality is within the zone of consideration, that we'll have to define in advance what is the parameters.
President of Kovansh Raksha Abhiyan Hanumant Parab and his 3 associates were allegedly assaulted by a group of men from minority community on Wednesday evening. The tussle began when Parab approached the group to stop alleged illegal slaughtering of animals in Varpoi. It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.